Okay, yeah. So as I was saying yesterday about this French Revolution, why it is important, and what is the reason that you are studying French Revolution in your history. So to know a background of this, I also gave you a background that this lots of the ideas that came out from the French Revolution is actually the ideas that we live with today, the policies of democracy that we have in our modern day India. Most of its roots are from the French Revolution. That is the reason why you have this French Revolution. Most of you would be thinking that अरे इंडिया का ही बरोबर मालूम नहीं है अभी हम लोग को फ्रेंच रेवोल्यूशन सीखना पड़ेगा. So that's not the thing over here. The thing is we need to know why we follow the policies that we. Okay, one just hold on, students. We'll be back.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, students, I am back. Okay, so let us dive right into French Revolution, and it is a very entertaining lesson. French Revolution is an extremely entertaining lesson because there are many new ideas and new things which you are going to learn over here, rather than the same about British and all those things. You would have got bored of learning about the same British invasion to India, the problem with the Mughals, the rebellion. All these things are now old. We will learn something different, what is happening in a different part of the world. So, to first understand the French Revolution, I will give you a small story. Listen to this story carefully. There are three characters in this story. If you want, you can write down the names of these three characters and how the French Revolution has happened around these three characters. So the first character goes by the name of Pope. P O P E is this character's name. Okay. Second character goes by the name of Paul. Paul. Paul is the second character's name. And the third character goes by the name of John. John. John is the third character. First character is Pope. Second character is Paul. Third character is John. Can someone repeat the names of these three characters?
Paul, John.
Yeah, right. Okay. So now these three characters, is something special about these three characters. All these three characters are different. Different in the sense, yes, they are three different people, but they belong to three different categories. Pope belongs to a category which is called as First Estate. Estate, estate, First Estate. Pope belongs to this category, First Estate. Paul belongs to a category which is called as the Second Estate. Estate, Second Estate. And John belongs to one last category which is called as the Third Estate. So there are three categories: First Estate, Second Estate, and Third Estate. These three categories, these three characters belong to. Let us see what the speciality of these categories are. Pope, who belongs to the First Estate, he actually works in the church. Everyone knows what a church is, right? Yeah. So he is the head of the church. There is one big church in France, and this huge church is it is led by this person who is called as Pope. Okay, clear everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now the second character, that is Paul. Second character who belongs to the second estate, Paul is actually a king. He's a king, not any ordinary person. He is a king. He belongs to this second category, the second estate, and he is actually the king of France. Great, no? Paul. And the third category, that is John, who belongs to the third estate, he is a very normal, hard-working farmer. John, belonging to the third category, that is the third estate, he is a normal, hard-working farmer. So we have Pope, first category or first estate, who is the head of the church. Then we have Paul, second category, second estate, who is the king of France. And then we have John, who is a third category, third estate, very hard-working farmer. Right? So now out of these three characters, that is Pope, Paul and John, I want you to tell me, according to you, whom do you think would be the richest person of these three characters?
Sir, King.
What is his name?
King.
Name of
Paul.
Paul. Okay. Anyone else has any different answer? Everyone is saying Paul is the richest person. Anyone else has a different answer? Okay, so I feel that everybody agrees that Paul is the richest since he is the king of France. Okay, but in France the story is little different. Paul is not the richest person. Pope, who is the head of the church, he is the richest person, and he belongs to that first estate because French society is built in such a way, and till the 18th century, right from the beginning of almost I think the 7th century, for almost more than 1,000 years, this tradition has been going on in France. The church is the richest institution in the country. The church is the richest institution in the country because they collect huge amounts of taxes from the people. Lots of taxes they collect from the people. That is the reason why the church in France is the richest institution. The second richest institution is the king. The king, his palace, the noble people who are there, they are the second richest. And the third category, who are not at all rich, in fact they are so poor that they hardly have proper food to eat, are the farmers. This is the situation in France, right? So Pope is the richest person, Paul second richest, and John, forget about rich. If he sees money one day also, it will be great thing for him. That is his situation. This is the situation of the French society in 18th century. So here, up till now, whatever story I have given you, we have three categories or three estates: first estate, second estate, and the third estate. The first estate, people in the first estate belong to the church. They are religious people, and they exercise absolute control, total control over the entire country. That is the strength of religion in those days. We are talking about more than 300 years of history, right? 300 years ago is what we are talking about. So in that time in history, the church had absolute control. This was the situation in most of the countries in Europe. Okay, not only France, in most of the countries in Europe, the church had absolute power over everything, and they used to collect tax from the poorest of poor people. Okay, second estate are the noble people. Noble people means people with land, people with titles: king, duke, duchess, knight. All these titles which they have, no big big titles, like we have seen in India. We have Raja, Rajadi Raja, Raja Raja Raja, all those kinds of titles. Those people in France who have these kinds of titles, like the king, duke, duchess, all these royal titles which they have and belong to the royal palace, they come under the second estate. And all other people, normal citizens like you and me, normal human beings who work hard every day and earn their living, they all come under the third estate. This is the society of French society. So now let us count the population of people in these three estates. The population of people. Out of the entire population of France, out of the entire population, we have 1% of the population who comes under the first estate. We have 2% of the population who comes under the second estate, and the remaining 97% of the population is under the third estate. So when we have the majority of the people under the third estate, you can only imagine how much money the church must be collecting as taxes. Immense amount of money, immense amount of money. And if any poor farmer is not able to pay his taxes, he might have had a bad year, too much of rain, crops would have got spoiled, or he's not got proper seeds. So many problems arise to farmers, right? Farmers face lots of problems. If he has had a bad year, his crop has not grown properly, he has not been able to sell and make any amount of money, that poor farmer would be thrown into jail by the king because he has not paid his taxes. Directly, they will pick up that farmer and throw him into jail. And that jail is such a jail which is constructed in a huge castle like place. It's a huge place where all prisoners, criminals, these farmers who are not able to pay taxes, all kinds of problems, whatever they have, they would be thrown into that jail. And this jail had a special name which was called as the Bastille. If you see your textbook, you will find this word over there, which is called as the Bastille. Bastille is a French word which means a huge structure like a fort or a castle, and normally it is used to store weapons, arms, ammunition, and also to keep prisoners inside that place. So this Bastille, which is there, was not looked at very happy. People hated this Bastille because they knew if they don't pay the tax, they're going to end up in this place, in the Bastille. So people really hated this Bastille. It was whenever they saw this Bastille, they used to think this king, such a merciless person he is. Whenever we don't pay any taxes, he will throw us into that horrible place. And people would literally, people would even die inside that prison. Nobody used to come out of that place. That was the situation of the French people. But compared to that, we have people who are in the church and the royal people who are living in absolute luxury. Absolute means absolute luxury. There is no shortage of anything. First class food and wine to drink, no problems whatsoever, absolute luxury. And they spent so much money on this luxury that one fine day, what happened was a person became the king by the name of Louis. You're able to see this photo on your on your screens.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Nice, chubby person, healthy looking, pink person you can see on your screens. Does he look healthy or no?
Yes, sir.
Very
Yes,
healthy.
sir.
Yes, sir.
हाँ मस्त मोटा है, फर्स्ट क्लास खाना खा पी के मस्त मोटा आदमी है ये. He is only at the small age of 20 years, he became the king of France. King Louis the 16th. 16th number है उसका. King Louis, he became the king of France at the young age of 20 years. Just imagine at the age of 20, you are able to become the king of a place. How would you feel? See, most of you are what now around 14 years of age, right? Correct, no? 14 years you would be, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So just
sir.
imagine in another 6 years, you are going to become the king of a country here. Just imagine, if you are going to become the king of a country in another 6 years, at the age of 20, if you become the king of a country, Louis was the happiest person in the world. King Louis was feeling like, "Arey, yeah, I've become the king of France." I have so much money, so much power. I'm possibly one of the most richest person in the entire world. This was how King Louis was feeling when he became the king of France in the year 1774. And France, all the kings over there in Europe, no, they used to have huge boxes, which is called as the treasury. In your house also, you would be having one treasury, no, where your mother normally stores a little bit of jewelry and cash and all that. The treasury would be there in your homes. Similar kind of treasury was there with the king also. This was a huge treasury, big treasury, and all the money and all that, whatever they collected as taxes, no, would be stored over there in this treasury. Now, King Louis was under the impression that he is having plenty of money. बहुत सारा पैसा है, आराम से ऐश में जिएंगे, कोई तकलीफ नहीं होगा. This was the impression that Louis was having. But to his shock, when he became the king of France, he was shocked to see that the treasury was absolutely empty. No money in the treasury. पैसा ही नहीं, सब पैसा खत्म. How is this? How is that all this money, so much money they've collected as taxes, but everything is gone, empty, empty treasury, there's nothing inside. What has happened is, in the same time in history, America was also fighting for their independence. They were fighting against the Britishers for getting their independence. They wanted to form their own United States of America, and the French people thought that it would be good to help the Americans because even French people did not like British. They did not like the Britishers. And they thought, let us help France, let us help America get their independence and form their own country. And in this, they're very helping people. They gave lots of money to America also. Le lo yaar, paisa le lo. You start fighting against the British. They spent a lot of money over there. And as I told you that these people used to live in absolute luxury. Full ऐशो आराम का जिंदगी, absolute luxury. The luxury was so much because luxury doesn't come cheap. You have to spend a lot of money for luxury. Correct, na? Luxury is like buying an iPhone. You have to spend about lakhs of rupees to buy an iPhone. That is luxury. Whereas people like us are happy with a Redmi phone which comes in 5 or 6,000 rupees. Correct, na? So luxury is very expensive, and because of this luxury, they spend so much of money on luxury. Ultimately, this King Louis, when he sees the treasury, it is empty, full khali. So what does King Louis say? What does King Louis think? How can he collect money now? Anyone can give me an idea?
Through tax.
By taking tax from poor farmers. So
See,
increasing tax.
Tax from farmers.
what your children? Children, come on. That poor farmer has given his blood as tax. He's paying tax for this king to become nice and fat, and you're telling that he should collect more tax from the farmers. From where will that farmer give money? Yaar? He's finished, khatam. He doesn't have any more money to pay as tax. But you're telling collect more tax. You're very merciless.
King will go for battles.
What battle? Yeah, there is no money. He cannot pay the soldier also. From where he'll go for battle?
Sir,
Sir, from
luxury.
But let me tell you one thing. The king thought in the exact same way like how you are thinking. Increase the tax. Same way Louis thought. Best and fastest way to collect money is increase the tax. Let us put more burden on that farmer. Let us collect more tax from him. And this is exactly what he decided to do. Okay. So let me quickly recapitulate everything that I have taught you today. We learned about the first estate, second estate, third estate, the three divisions in French society. First estate was run by whom? Who are the people in the first estate?
Church people.
Yes, correct. Church, clergy. Yes, you will find this word in your textbook, that is a clergy. Clergy is mainly the head of the church, right? That was the first estate. Second estate, what kind of people were there in the second estate?
Sir, kings.
Yes, Kings, queens, all noble people, rich people with lands, with titles. They were all these people in the second estate. Very good. And who are the people in the third estate?
Farmers.
Peasant.
Farmers, laborers, peasants. Peasants are again farmers only. All the
Farmer.
remaining poor people were in the third estate.
Laborers.
And laborers, correct? You're right. So the majority of the population, obviously 97% of the population was in the third estate. Yeah, they also, correct. सब लोग को डाल दो उसमें third estate में. Balance all people in third estate, correct. So
Sir,
because
what about businessmen?
businessmen also were in the third estate. Only if you are of noble blood, means royal blood. If you have a title only, then you will be in the second estate. नहीं तो you will be fit in the third estate only. Even rich businessmen also used to be there in the third estate. Right. So this was the society of France, and again in this society we have seen that it was only the third estate who used to pay all the taxes. How much ever hard work they do, it was not enough for them to pay the taxes, and almost
Sir,
until
first it used to not pay the taxes.
no, first and second estate, not even a single paisa of tax they would pay. They would only collect the tax. उनको सिर्फ खाने को मालूम है, देने को नहीं मालूम. They will only eat and eat and eat and become nice and fat like this king over there. That's all. Nice story, no? Up till now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah. So this was the situation of France. The King Louis becomes the king in 1774 at the very tender young age of 20 years. He goes to the treasury and sees that treasury is totally empty, and then he decides this: if the treasury is empty, I have to collect more money by increasing the taxes. Right? This is the story so far. आगे देखने के लिए we will join again tomorrow and see what happens in France after the king thinks of increasing the taxes. Right? So that's all for now today.
Yes, sir.
We will all meet again tomorrow and we will see